Hey guys, this is me, Kevin Murphy, on my channel called Narcissistic Abuse, Learning Who I Am Again. As I mentioned in my last video, I took a small hiatus, about a couple months, for making videos just to kind of focus on other things. I'm getting ready to finish my master's program in psychology, and that's kind of wrapping up pretty quickly, a lot quicker than I'm ready for it to wrap up. So I've been really busy with that and picking up some extra cases at work. So I haven't been able to make a lot of videos. So today was actually my day off, and I was able to kind of get back in the swing of things with making videos. I will say that I kind of need some help from you guys spreading the word about narcissistic abuse, and not only my channel but the other other channels, other people who make these kind of videos. I really feel that it's important to really spread the word on what narcissistic abuse is. There's so many people in our country and just around the world who are suffering from this kind of abuse and can't really put their finger on what it is, or what's going on, or how they can really be rescued from such a situation like this. So the more we educate educate our people and educate our viewers and things like that, the better that they can be able to be like us and advocate for other people who are also going through or have experienced some of the same things that we have experienced. So I'm making this video because I got a email from a viewer who was very confused about how her relationship with her father somehow correlates with her relationship with her ex-husband. So this video is called "Conforming to the Narcissist Will Get Me What I Want from Them, Not." So, and I have it's a big emphasis on that "not." So this viewer told me that the father was very doting on her. She was spoiled. She got everything that she wanted. The dad brought her a brand new car when she was 15 years old. The dad would do everything for her. And then all of a sudden she got in this relationship with this narcissist, and the narcissist has demeaned her, called her all kinds of names like you bitch, you whore, all the kind of degrading names that that you can be called. She said that she watched a video that I made about, I think it was around the time I first started the channel, called "When the Narcissist Resorts to Name Calling." If you are in a relationship or in a situation like that where you feel that your husband or your wife or your significant other is calling you names, please check out that video. I talk about how name calling in relationship is not okay, it's not appropriate, and should not be tolerated. So this viewer told me that she watched that video and she recognized that she was indeed in a toxic relationship. But she wasn't sure on how it correlated with how she, the kind of relationship she had with her dad and the relationship she had with her, with her soon-to-be ex. So one of the things I said to this viewer in the email is that, I ask a lot of questions. So I asked, were there times where she was forced to conform to certain things that the dad, wanted her to do? Was she, was she when she was growing up, was she the kind of person that she wanted to be, or was she the kind of person that her dad wanted to be? So one of the things that she told me was she grew up a tomboy. The dad wanted sons, and she was the only child. And this viewer said that she wanted to, she wanted to explore more of her femininity. She wanted to start wearing makeup. When she was in high school, she wanted to start doing certain things to blossom into this fabulous woman. But she mentioned that the dad wanted her to play football, wanted her to play basketball, wanted her to play lacrosse. So she played lacrosse and she played basketball. and I believe that the viewer also said she played softball. So she was a bona fide athlete, but she mentioned to me that she did not want to do any of those things, that her dad pushed her to do all of these things, but she was spoiled and she got everything she wanted. So one of the things that I really feel that this viewer was going through was she was being groomed to become something that the narcissistic father wanted her to be. This father was indeed a narcissist, and he was trying to get her to conform to the way he wanted her to be. So it's almost like that proverbial carrot. If you do what I want you to do, or if you become who I want you to be, then I'm going to give you what you want. And she was basically drinking the Kool-Aid. She was doing everything that she wanted the father to do, wanted the father. She was doing and being everything that the father wanted her to be. And as a result, she started losing her sense of identity. This viewer also said that there were times where she was very unsure of her own identity. Like she wasn't very comfortable being a female or being a woman. And this is the shit that these people do, that they will hijack who you are in order to suit them. And this father was getting some form of narcissistic supply from, the daughter becoming, not in sync with who she is gender wise and identity wise. So as a result, she found herself a husband that was somewhat like her dad. She thought that as long as she can, she mentioned that she was very submissive in the relationship and in the marriage. And what I gather is she probably thought that, hey, if I follow the same formula that I did with my dad, then this husband and this man that I'm with is going to give me everything that I want. And, she didn't get everything that she wanted. This husband started cheating on her, started, beating her up, started calling her names and things like that. And she stuck around because she felt that she could eventually change this man and make this man love her. And as I said in the last video, that the narcissist is not capable of loving you. The narcissist is not capable of seeing you for who you are. Because just like this dad was giving her all of these things, they know your vulnerabilities, they know your weak spots, they know the things that the things that you want. So they will manipulate you and give you all of these things, because a lot of other people that I've spoken to who have also gone through narcissistic abuse have described the narcissist as very generous and very genuine, so to speak. And it's all with strings attached. They'll give you a place to stay. They will give you a brand new car. They will tell you how wonderful you are. Whatever it is that narcissist wants you to know, or they feel that you want to hear, they're gonna give it. They're gonna give it to you, and they're gonna give it to you. But there's a hell of a price to pay. Your gender is, you don't know who you are gender-wise. You don't know who you are identity-wise. You don't know who, they're controlling you. They're controlling your finances. They're controlling your friends. They're controlling how you spend your money, how you spend your time with others. They're controlling the career that you have. They're controlling how, who you choose to spend the rest of your life with. They're controlling who you, go, what school you go to. All of these things. And I asked this woman, is it worth, are you going to continue to traumatize yourself? Are you going to continue to be in a relationship with a person who is, giving you all of these wonderful things, but is it worth you continuing to lose your sense of self? Is it worth you continuing to lose your identity? And I had to tell her, I'm a very honest person. And I had to tell her that the reality is your father did not love you. Your dad did not give you those gifts and give you all of those things and all of that attention because of the fact that that he loved you. He did all of these things because you were a pawn to him. You were a form of narcissistic supply. He wanted a son. He wanted to mold you into that image. He didn't give a damn about your, what you wanted and who you were, and that you weren't a boy, and that you weren't born a male. You were born a female. You had female needs. You had, that were you for that he forced you to stifle, because you learned at a young age, whether it was consciously or unconsciously, that if I dig more into my feminine identity and learn about, want to become a female, then he's going to reject me. He's going to not give me all of these things. So you learn to play the game, and there's so many people out there that are playing the game, and and a lot of people feel that it's safer to play the game rather than to actually heal. And I'm gonna tell you something, and I feel that I've said this in other videos. I'd rather deal with the short-term pain and not play the game than to continue to play the game and deal with the long-term consequences. And as a result of this viewer playing the game, and this is not to bash this viewer in any kind of way, but this is a way to share with this viewer and to share with you guys that we gotta stop playing the game. No matter how many times that narcissist will promise to wine and dine you, to promise you a brand new car, to promise you a brand new home, money, things like that. Do not, because it's almost like you're selling your soul literally to the devil. And the more you keep on putting yourself in the position to accept gifts from them, to accept all kinds of things in an attempt to stifle who you are as a person and your identity, what you're going to do is you're going to find another narcissist that you're going to hook up with, either as a friend or a spouse or a significant other, and you're going to latch on to them, and you're going to follow those same toxic behavioral patterns in that relationship, thinking that, hey, this is normal, this is what we're supposed to do. And with this viewer, I really feel that there's hope. I feel that she is amazing and awesome for recognizing that there is a problem in her marriage, that there's a problem in her relationship. She had the courage and the guts enough to actually reach out and want to get help, and to recognize that there is an issue in this relationship, that she is indeed losing her sense of self and her identity, and she wants to regain that identity back. She wants to regain her sense of self back, and she can, but it's going to take work. It's going to take cutting off those toxic relationships. It's going to require you to say no to that brand new car, to say no to that money, to really stand on your own, because that narcissist will see that vulnerability and see that you need them, and it keeps them in a place of control over you, because they see that that you need them in some way, shape, or form. So I just wanted to make this quick video on how the narcissist, or how us survivors, feel that we must conform to the narcissist, and we think that we will get what we want or get what we need from that narc if we conform to them. And in the short term, yes. In the long term, it has some very devastating consequences. I've heard of people losing their mind. I've heard of people losing their homes, losing relationships, losing family members, and things like that. And it's just not worth your soul. It's not worth your identity. It's not worth you losing your sense of self to try to appease the narcissist, and having this illusion that, oh, they're going to finally love me, they're going to finally see me for who I am if I just continue to drink their Kool-Aid, because that's what they want you to think. That's that bait that gets you hooked onto their bullshit. So what you have to do is you have to be strong, identify what the problem is, identify the narcissist for the piece of shit that they really are, and you cut it off and you let it go and you move on and you start working on yourself, working on and recognizing the toxic behavior patterns that you have, working on the negativity, the negative thoughts you feel about yourself, working on what I need to do and take, because you as a survivor needs to take responsibility. It's not your fault for what has happened to you, but it is our responsibility to really heal from the crap that this narcissist has put us through. And the way to do that is to cut it off. No contact. No contact. That means if they are on your Facebook, you cut it off. If they're on your Instagram, you cut it off. If they're on your phone, you block them. If they're on your Snapchat, you block them. Whatever form of social media or connection you have with this narcissist, you be done. It's over. And it doesn't mean that you don't forgive them, because part of this journey, forgiveness is a process. And you don't have to, I'm not saying that any of you survivors have to rush the forgiveness process, but it's important that you heal first. And part of the healing process will involve forgiveness. But in order to heal, you have to cut that poison off. You have to cut off that toxic relationship. It's very important that you cut it off and you leave it gone, because as I said in the last video, when you have open avenues for that narcissist to contact you via email, via phone, via text, Facebook, that's leaving that door open and that window open for them to come in and hoover you back in, and then you're back into a relationship with them. You're back re-traumatizing yourself. You're back trying to appease them and work hard to get their approval and get them to see you for who they are. And it's a waste of time, because they never will see you or accept you for who you are. So thank you so much for for those who have subscribed to my channel. Please like and subscribe and continue to subscribe. My name is Kevin Murphy, and please stay tuned for more videos. Have a good day.